Today we're going to be hanging out with a young Tom Hanks in a league of their own and really zeroing in on the hard is what makes it great. So we're going to watch this clip together and then I'm going to share some of my own stories.
Dottie, write to us. We'll miss you.
We will. Thanks. Good luck in the World Series.
Taking a little day trip?
No, Bob and I are driving home to Oregon.
You know, I really thought you were a ball player.
Well, you were wrong.
Was I?
Yeah. It is only a game, Jimmy. It's only a game, and I don't need this. I have Bob. I don't need this. I don't.
I gave away 5 years.
I get it. Like, things have gotten too hard. She's at that point where she's like, I don't want to play the game anymore. It's just too hard. And as business owners, we can all relate to that, right? That feeling of like, I'm just done. I'm just done. And then sometimes, just out of the blue, your Tom Hanks or somebody else steps in and just gives you exactly what you need to hear in that moment.
5 years at the end of my career to drinking. 5 years. And now there isn't anything I wouldn't give to get back any one day of it.
Well, we're different.
It's chicken shit, Dottie. You want to go back home to Oregon and make 100 babies? Great. I'm in no position to tell anyone how to live. But sneaking out like this, quitting, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Baseball is what gets inside you. It's what lights you up. You can't deny that.
It just got too hard.
It's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't hard, everyone would do it. The hard is what makes it great.
Oh, it's really powerful because for so many of us as business owners, there's a million times that we've probably wanted to quit, right? And when you see someone getting into business, you're excited for them, but you also don't want to tell them what's ahead and or how challenging it might be. It's interesting when he says the hard is what makes it great. And I get that. In the moment, that's not true, right? When something's really hard in the moment, you just want to sit down and cry sometimes, right? Or, sit down and do whatever, like have your glass of wine or eat some chocolate or just like veg out on the couch. Because why do you do this, right? Why do you keep going? And when you look back, like when I look back on my own business journey, I would say that the hard times is when I've grown the most. The hard times are when I've developed a deep resilience to keep going. And for me, especially having grown up on a farm, I always think that any work after being on a farm hasn't been that hard because hard work was, baling hay in 110 degrees and then standing under a hot tin roof and having people shove hay bales at you and just having to move them fast enough. To me, that seemed really hard. So in some ways, business hasn't been physically grueling most of the time, but it has been mentally and emotionally challenging at times. And when those times would happen or when it would be really difficult, I would have to remind myself why I started my company. Like, why am I doing this? In the beginning, I think a lot of us leave our corporate jobs because we want freedom, right? We want a sense of freedom. We want to be in charge of our days. And so we start our own company thinking, oh, this is the ticket to freedom. And then quickly we realize that we've just created a job that we hate because we're wearing all the hats. We're doing things that we don't want to do. We're living probably mostly outside of our comfort zone, and it's really uncomfortable. And then your business starts to grow. But in those moments, if you don't have a bigger why for your company, I think that's why most people quit or why most businesses don't make it, because the owner isn't invested enough in something bigger. They're not invested enough in a bigger why to keep going. I was talking with a friend recently and she said, your business has continued to grow over the years. Even during the recession, your business grew. Even during the pandemic, we burned some of our programs to the ground and we created almost entirely new company, and then we had our best year ever in business. And so her point was well taken that even during difficult times, I've been able to continue to grow the business. And it's largely because I have a bigger why. And my bigger why is focused on the people that I'm here to make a difference for. And for now, that's business owners like you who maybe feel like you want to give up on your business right now, or business owners who, you've worked so hard and you've gotten to a certain point, but you're just not sure how to get to the next level, or business owners who just need permission to not work 100 hours a week, or business owners who just want to know that it's okay for them to work 20 hours a week and still have a 7-figure business, or I can think of a client who works from 10 to 2 a few days a week and has a $3 million company. That's my bigger why. That's why I know I'm still here. That's why I'm willing to do the things like speak on stages and be on video and write books and do things that are way outside of my comfort zone. I don't do it for me. If I was doing it for me, I would have quit a long time ago. But I do it for the me of where I was, 10 years ago or 5 years ago or 2 years ago. I do it for that business owner who's so hungry for an easier way or a better way, or for that business owner who doesn't have anybody who believes in them, or the business owner who's maybe their family's not supporting them, or maybe they just feel like they're just alone. And so knowing your why, no matter how long you've been in business, like maybe you just feel burnt out, or maybe you're just getting started. Knowing your why is what's going to truly carry you through the hard times, and it's what's going to make the hard times great. So this was really fun to hang out with Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own and really analyze the idea that the hard is what makes it great. And at my deepest core level, I get that. I believe that that's true. And I love the baseball analogy. And if you haven't seen this movie, or maybe you haven't seen it in a while, it's a good one to go back and watch because it's so inspiring. And Tom Hanks isn't a perfect leader. We know that. He's got a lot of challenges, but he cares about his people, and that's what makes him great, and that's what makes his team great. So if you take anything today, I hope you remember, number one, that you're not alone in your business, that there are people out there who want to support you and who want to make sure you keep going. And to also remember that when you look back on your business, the hard times are probably the ones that you're going to remember as the greatest. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And if you enjoyed this video, really dissecting A League of Their Own and looking at the hard is what makes it great, stick with me because up next we have The Pursuit of Happiness. And I'm going to share with you the business lessons and tips that I learned from that movie. And remember, your 2X is waiting for you too.